What? I can't believe it. 9 dead in Charleston, the press is calling it a tragedy? I call that young man a hero, just like I was 2 years ago. My life used to be great. I had Lily. Sure, things weren't perfect. We were on a break. But I never expected to go by her house and see her with one of them. At that moment, I knew it was my time to fix the problem with the world. Seeing her with him in that den of sin made me sick. How could a woman I'd once loved give her body and soul to one of them? Man's gene pool is diluted enough. God forbid my Lily be poisoned with his vile seed. They were in the bedroom and never saw it coming. I picked up the vase and I broke it over his dirty black head. I felt a skull crack and it just felt right. Turned around and leave the house, but I took one more look at that dirty piece of shit's corpse and I felt alive. As I was leaving, I saw Loretta Black, the neighbor. She was a welfare drawing parasite, and I knew what I needed to do. She was just sitting her lazy ass on the porch like she always does, contributing nothing to society. I knew the world wouldn't miss her. I strangled her. I felt the life slowly leave her soulless black body, and it felt right. After ridding the world of 2 meaningless lives, I decided to keep going. Walked across the street to Andrew Elwood's house. He cut monkey hair in his kitchen. They were always hanging around. They would pull up in their ridiculous cars with their giant rims, playing loud music. Luckily, none of his nappy-haired patrons were in at that moment. It made it easy to walk up behind him, get his scissors, stab him in his neck. I let his worthless blood drain out of his soulless body. There was only one more of them on the street that day. It was Debo. He was a worthless drug dealer who sold his poison to anyone, including God's white children. No one cares if they want to kill themselves off, but selling to real people is just too much. I walked back to my truck, got my pistol. I was going to take care of him the quick and easy way. One to the temple is all that it took. They called my day a tragedy too, but I'm a hero.
We're here today with Lily Snow, the only surviving victim of the Burton Ford tragedy that took place in this very home just 2 years ago. Miss Snow is finally breaking her silence in an exclusive interview obtained by the American News Network. Lily was 2 months pregnant with her daughter Ziana at the time of the tragedy. Lily, thank you so much for welcoming us into your home.
First of all, I'd like to start out by saying that my heart is with the families of the victims of the tragedy in Charleston this past week. I can't tell you how much it pains me to see more suffering at the hands of hatred in the society. You all know the story of what happened in this house. I'm not here to rehash the gory details. It played for a week straight on every news channel in this country. You brought in experts and politicians and so-called leaders to speculate on what happened here, all while ignoring the underlying problem. I'm here to break my silence. My pain is a pain that is shared by many that are all too aware of the hate that lives among us. Sure, most people don't go as far as this perpetrator did, but each and every day we play witness to hatred in our lives. And those of us that don't speak out against it are a party to it.
So, are you saying that you think this tragedy could have been prevented?
Yes, absolutely. We need to recognize the history and our still present circumstances in this country. I do see change, but it's not enough. This is a battle that's been fought for over 200 years in this country, and the danger that we face now is in losing sight of the progress we still need to make.
What progress is that?
Black people are 13% of the population, but are 40% of those in prison, which isn't surprising since 27% of them live in poverty, nearly half of whom are children. Meanwhile, the achievement gap for students of color is widening. If you can't see that there's a problem here, then you're not paying attention either.
Are you worried that... Does it terrify you that he's still out there?
I used to wake up afraid every day, and then I realized that it's fear that got us here in the first place. The people who commit these acts of terror and hatred do so out of fear, and they are cowards. I can't be afraid anymore. It's too dangerous. There are more perpetrators like him in towns and communities everywhere. Not everyone would go as far as he did, but the hatred that lived inside of him lives inside of many. It permeates our schools, our legal systems, our institutions. That's why I'm here with you today. Many people are kind and reasonable, and if those people look into their hearts, I think they can see what is going on here is wrong, and they think they already do see it, but without the courage to speak, we're all consenting to this madness. I learned that one bad man's actions were made by the actions of many, by the people who raised him to hate and the society surrounding him that allowed him to become what he did. I wish I had never met him. Someone like that, though, would have ended up in a similar situation no matter what. I'll never be sorry for being with the man that I love. And I know we lived each day together as one. We sat on this very couch talking about these very same problems and trying to figure out what we could do about them. I'll miss Michael every day, but I think it's my responsibility to him to talk to the world like we always wanted to.
Is that the legacy you want to leave behind for your daughter and her father's memory?
My little girl was born into an ugly world, but she's beautiful. And she's innocent, and she doesn't realize what the world has in store for her. But I also think she has the opportunity to grow up in a pivotal time where we can all work together to take the people out of power who are keeping this unstable, inequitable structure hanging by a thread. To all the people who are watching, I want you to know that you can make a difference for my daughter. You can make a difference for all our children. Please, I'm begging all of you, put your fears aside, end your silence, and stop this hatred from continuing so we don't have to see another one of these stories on our newsreels.
If you'd open up your eyes, you'd see we're not different. We're indifferent to the ties that bind us. I feel it's strange to another man. We're not different. I see a world where progress is worth the fight. We're not fighting, just in lying, but freedom ain't free. Woo. Freedom ain't free. It comes with a price, probably the loss of a life. We're indifferent, we're no different. I'm no different than you. Ooh. Freedom ain't free. I just wanna buy, I wanna be free. If only we could be. We're indifferent, but I'm no different.